how to deal with the loss, how to use a loss as your advantage, how to use losses as an improvement. And today we talk about a top down on how I deal with the loss and how I can use it as an improvement. Right? There are four parts of how to deal with the loss. First comes technical. Second comes if the trade follow all your rules. Third part is psychology of your rule. Right? Fourth part is probabilities. Right? Now let's go over the whole thing. Right? And there's a missing key you guys may miss out on. So keep on watching here. Right? So for the technical, for the first part, technicals, right now I have to go check. Okay, what was our high time bias? Our high time bias bullish because market super at a CRT low, we got a CRT high. Market made a total body sweep on the CRT because we have a model market confirmation. Daily time frame, what do we have here? Daily, we have a daily IRL to ERL. We have a daily CRT to the upside. What else do we have here? We have a daily, we're in discount area, so we want to buy. We have a daily discount area got touched, so we're going to the daily and change high right over here, right? Because you can see market pressure to low, pressure to high. Made a deal range. Go to 4 hour time frame. We have we're looking for a near continuation right over here, right? If I'm bullish in this case, I want AJ to make the low of the day, not the high of the day. In this case, AJ should make the low of the day. So I'm looking for a near continuation instead of a near reversal, right? So in today's video, we're looking for the technical side, we're looking for a continuation, right? So our technicals are right. We market price at a high, at a low, and a dealing range, another dealing range right over here, stable high, stable low. So this is discount, this is premium. So in this case, I want to buy. Market pressure, market made a high, made a low. Now, whereas most market made a high and a low, we're in a range already automatically. Market pressure range low, so we want to buy here. Okay, so now let's go to the lower time frame. Let's execute right over here. So the lower time frame, what else do we have here? On the lower time frame, this trade right over here. Did we have the right entry? Yes, we did. We have the CSD model right over here. The price of the price of the CRT low. Yep. And what else do we have? What else? What is the last technical side are we looking for this part one of the technical? Is primarily looking at the time. So now since we got the price action of it, the price narrative, now let's go to the time narrative, right? What time did we had the purge? What time did we enter the trade, right? In this case, we had a purge at 9:15 a.m., which is the right time, right? Between 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. is the where the market take purges, right? Or SMT divergence may occur during that Pacific time. So a purge happened at 9:15, just a valid time to look for a purge between 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., right? So we have that as a check mark as well. And other than that, is our entry should be happening between 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. in this trade. In this case, we had our setup at 10:15 a.m. Right, so that's valid as well. Okay, that's check mark. Everything, the technical side is good. Everything is good. Now we're gonna go to our part two of how to deal with a loss. So like basically the next part. Now we have to go over our rules. Did this trade Did this trade broke any rules? Did he follow all the rules? Right. So now I have to go to your trading rules. Look at this trade. What did he do? Did this trade broke my rules or not? Right. Because even if you ended the day on a green, right, but you broke your rules, that day should not be a green day. That day is gonna be a red day because you know that your rules is what makes you money. Your rules is what makes you prevent from losing, right? So your habits is what is making you money, right? And prevents you from making mistakes. So even if you're in a green day but you broke your rules, you know that money is not yours. Market gonna take it back, right? Because your habits is what holds you from going to a huge drawdown or right, from crashing out, right? Whatever, right? So let's just say in this trade, I specifically followed all my rules. That check mark. Now I have to go look at my psychology rules, right? The next step is the third step is basically psychology of my trading rules, right? My trading rules and my psychology aspect says I should be satisfied if I follow my rules, even if it goes on a loss or a win. I'm satisfied with the trade. It does not hit stop loss yet. It will definitely hit stop loss, right? I'm satisfied. Why am I satisfied? Because I follow all my trading rules, right? So I'm satisfied. My trading rule says I should accept the risk of the trade. Did I accept the risk of the trade? Yes, I did. That's why I take a trade. I must accept the loss, right? I must accept the loss as part of the process. Did I accept the loss as a part of the process? Yes, I did. The next one, I make expect to lose trades. Did I expect to lose a trade? Yes, I did, right? So now the psychology part of my trading rule has been check marked, right? That's not the only that's not the full thing, by the way. That there's multiple other things I might say, right? Was I patient? Was I patient? Yes. Was I confident? Yes. Was I fearless? Yes. Was I emotional? Yes. Was I greedy? No, right? Was was I cold, calm, and calculated? Yes. There was. Am I disciplined? Yes. Am I consistent? Yes. Right. I trust my edge on a long term rather than short term. Right. That's the third aspect. Right. That's not the whole thing, but the third part of how to deal with the loss and how to improve is psychology aspect, which is basically going over psychology. Right. How did you feel during a trade? In this specific trade, I didn't feel much. I did have some sort of emotional problem right here, but the emotional problem did not make me go take an action like, oh, let me get out of the trade or anything like that, right? So that was everything was great. The last part of this, how to deal with the loss, is basically probabilities. The lowest probabilities, the lowest probability setup may go on a win. The highest probability setup may go on a loss. This is considered to me to be a high probability setup. And to me, this is considered to be a high probability setup. The highest probability setup may go on a loss. The lowest probability setup may go on a win, right? So if you go to our previous trade right over here, not previous trade, but this is the lower probability setup, right? To me, considered to be lower probability, right? You can see right over here. This setup went on a win. Why did it went on a win? Although it was a low probability, because although it's a low probability of not working out, it's still winning a win. Why? Probabilities, right? Market could do how we feel like, right? So that's the part four. The part five, if you guys, I said, pay attention, is trusting your setup in the long term. Let's just say in 10 trades, my winner is 40%, right? So over 10 trades, I usually lose 60% of the time. So 6 trades I lose, right? But I have a 40% win rate, right? So that may be like, oh, you have a 40% win rate, so 60% of the time you may lose. And yes, that's correct. So that's why you see the trade going a loss, right? And what's the next thing is RR, right? So if I'm losing 60% of the time, but I'm winning 40% of the time, my R should be a 2RR above. And as you guys know, every trade I have go here, right, gives me a 2RR right here, right? So the initial take profit, which is this. If you may see like, oh, that's not a 2RR, but if you go from the start of it, because this is when I entered the trade, the market gave me a spread, right? So from the model one to right over here, he offers me a 2RR, right? So over the long term, I'm making, let's just say, over 10 trades. I lose 6 trades, but I win 4 trades. So I'm up 2RR, right? So 60% of the time I'm losing, right? So that's the fifth part of how to deal with the loss, by simply long term, right? Basically by win rate / RR in the long term, right? In the long term, you're profitable. In the short term, you may face losses. So it's part of the process, right? This is how to deal with the loss. And how can you just loss the improvement? Simple, right? Since this trade has met everything, criteria has been check mark, everything is, there's no mistake. I did not make no mistakes. I did not have no psychology problem. My technical was good. I went based on probabilities. I would focus on the long term rather than short term. And doing check mark, right? If you made a mistake, so let's just say part one, you made a technical mistake, write that down and now use that as improvement. So now I'll be like, okay, so next time I may need to do this, I may need to do that, right? For my technical, right? If you had if you broke your trading rules, okay, next time say, okay, I cannot break the trading rule. The third part three, if you have a psychology problem, okay, I'm gonna be like, okay, I have to accept the risk. I have to accept loss as part of the process. I have to focus on long term, right? There could be plenty of more answers to that question, right? But that could be, if you have a psychology problem in a trade, right? The fourth one is probabilities, right? If you did not focus on probabilities, you'd be like, oh, she's definitely going to win. Erase that and just go based out of how the market is going to go, right? Go based out of probabilities. Know that even the highest probability setup will high likely go to a loss. Even the lowest probability setup will probably going to win, right? So focus on probabilities. So if you made any mistakes on those 5 parts, I just give you guys, fix them and write them down, and eventually the next trade, make sure you don't make the same mistake, because that's how you prevent from the mistake from happening again. Basically writing it down and not letting it happen again. In this case, I did not make any mistake. My psychology was good. My technical was good, right? I focus on probabilities. I focus on long term and short term, right? So I have no problem. But if you have any problem with these 5 of these, right? Write it down. Be like, okay, next time I can't be doing this. So make sure you pay attention to like, okay, I should not be making these mistakes, right? From a previous trade. And eventually, not only these mistakes you made from this trade, from the previous trade on, right? And carry that on forward, right? So that's how I deal with a loss, is simply by those 5 steps. Step 1, technical analysis. Step 2, did you follow the trading rule? Step 3 is basically psychology. Did you follow all your psychology? How you psychology, right? Step 4 is basically probabilities. Step 5 is long-term win rate and RR. So this is how you deal with the loss. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I see you guys inside my Discord. Peace out.